There was a family of quicks on my block, a family we all knew. They had an unfair proof that lived in their shoe. Technological truth made them quicker than you. Their quick was quick. I'm talking about the quickest quick ever seen. From outside the gym, you could hear the crowd scream. Challenges and challenges, brung them to the floor. They cut and crossed over till there wasn't no more. Competition, that is. People keep asking, yo, what's up in that shoe? First draft pick, rookie of the year, and all-star games too. Looking back on the cell, homie, who would ever even knew that all of that quick could come from inside of a shoe? Those kicks made these cats rare. But when you crazy quick, man, quick ain't fair.
So if you guys saw my first video on this on how to break ankles in MyTEAM online, it actually did really well and people liked it and they wanted more of it with different players. So I decided this time let's start switching it up and let's run through the line of the most popular point guards in MyTEAM. Starting off with my boy Lillard. He did have some moments in the first video, but the first video was mainly focused on Manta. Him along with this Amethyst Steve Francis, who has easily been one of the most popular players in MyTEAM the entire year. Probably the most popular pick when finishing domination next to the Amethyst Sean Marion. Francis and Lillard are literally the same exact player. 6'3", 195 scoring guards that can hit the three and finish all the fuck over you. Just pure cheese, actually. This Steve Francis has dunked on 3 of my players. Windmill dunked on 3 of my players while they lay on the ground and look up at him like he is Jesus. The main focus for these two guys are definitely going to be their speed with ball and their ability to finish, with the shot also being present always as an option. So you guys see these people when I use them in normal videos, MyTEAM online, whatever it may be. Specifically Lillard, he's almost on every single lineup that I ever make. So if you want to see them in action, be sure to check out all of those videos, or whenever I post new ones, I usually use these guys. But this one is more going to be our breakdown tutorial of the type of moves I use and what I use to free me up the most. So without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm going to start off with Steve Francis only because he doesn't have as many killer moves as Lillard does, but he has just enough to be able to do what you need him to do. So from the jump, the first things you want to keep in mind with Francis are his between the legs combo, his hesitation, and his size up combo. And mind you, those are just his stationary moves that you use in the half court and not the ones that you use when you're coming down court or downhill at somebody on the fast break. Along with those 3 moves, I definitely recommend you also add in his step back. His step back creates a lot of space and it's very quick. You can kind of speed boost out to the step back if the ball is in the right hand. Then keep in mind of your bailouts. Your step back is one bailout. Your other bailout is going to be his escape dribble, which is when you hold the right trigger and flick the ball like you're crossing over. It's kind of slow, but the escape dribble is a setup for his secret move, which is his behind the back off the dribble. You guys should have just seen an example of it on the screen, but now let's go through one full motion of the moves and break them down individually. So if you take a look at it, just to start movement, I did the step back and then I did the behind the back. Anytime you do his escape dribble or his step back, he does that moving behind the back that just creates so much space and you blow by people. From there, I didn't like the direction of movement I was taking, so I just broke it off with the step back as my bailout. Now to start a new chain, I jumped right into the size up move, and as soon as he got the ball into his left hand, I exploded that direction. Don't give your defender time to react. In most cases, I imagine by then you'd be free, but I hit one more step back, and you see that's the step back that I like the most when he's going towards his left hand because it's so quick and crisp. You have the option to either pull up off of that or just go by for the dunk. I chose to go by and just finish, and that is an example of a full motion combo when you get all of his core combo moves down. Now go ahead and take one good look at it in full motion. I personally only really like to use that between the legs combo off of a pullback when I'm coming right at somebody, but in the half court setting I usually use these. Now moving on to my boy Lillard. Now the reason that I love using Lillard with these ankle breaker moves so much is because he has literally everything for every situation, and he has the easiest jump shot in the game. Like this Ruby one as well, you can literally pull up whenever you want because his shot is so good. It's like a 93 pointer. Now for Lillard, you can basically make a combo of every single one of his moves, but these are just the ones I like the most. Starting off with his size up as well. Next is his between the legs behind the back combo. After that is his escape dribble, and then also his behind the back on the move. Now as I mentioned earlier with Lillard and Francis being kind of like the same exact player, the only difference between them for me is I tend to drive more with Francis because he gets crazy dunks, and I tend to shoot more with Lillard because he just makes crazy shit. MVP, MVP. Lillard has more moves that you can use, but like I said, these are just the ones I like to use, and I use them in the same way that I use Francis's. I explode out of his size up dribble, his step back, and his escape dribble are my bailouts, and then as you guys have seen, I just abuse the shit out of that moving behind the back. Honestly, this move kind of needs to be patched because if you use it enough in MyTEAM online, there's kind of no way to stop it. You really kind of just have to off ball and wait for the drive because you're not stopping that on ball. Pretty sure I didn't mention this with Francis's clips, but for those of you that are still clueless, whenever you're doing any kind of moving move, whatever the fuck, specifically the pullback, like when you're rushing down court to beat the transition defense, but then you pull back and just decide to wait, flick the right stick again one time. Don't press anything else, just flick it one time like you're doing a behind the back, and instead of doing a normal one, he'll do that moving one that creates so much space. Sometimes he'll do the normal one, but then you just fucked up. That's when I just do the escape dribble and try doing it again. You can literally just keep spamming escape dribble and behind the back until you get the guy. Me, I personally like to be a bit more creative in my dribble moves, but I know some of you fuckers out there watching this that don't give a fuck will just spam the shit out of that escape dribble and behind the back combo just because you're savage like that. And as a quick note with that between the legs behind the back combo, I just threw it in there because it works the same way as his size up. You can just speed boost out of it. But that really is about it, yo. That moving behind the back combo is the bread and butter for these guys, these point guards that can shoot and also dunk. And I do definitely recommend you watch all the videos that I upload on the Ankle Breaker series, just because I always add tips in there that I don't usually repeat, so there's always something you can probably learn that I said in a previous episode.